day in Ohio, we of course have people who are in a crisis, families who are experiencing that crisis. 988 provides a place to turn.
We're talking about three numbers here, 988. They are meant to be a place to go and find help. All of this during a crisis. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Linsky.
I'm Paula Todi. By the time our newscasts are done this evening, another 400 people across Ohio will have called the state's new 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
The numbers here show both the success of the program's first year and the extreme need for the programs, or the services, I should say, it offers. David Winter is here now after getting an update on 988's first year in Ohio from those who are running it and also those who are benefiting from it. David, good evening.
Good evening, Cal. The governor met with reporters today to talk about the first year of Ohio's 988 call centers. We took that information and brought it to a family who is dealing firsthand with the devastating effects of suicide.
When it hits, it's hard. It hits hard. There is literally not a day that goes by that I don't think about Brogan.
Beth Dolly did not have 988 back in 2014 when her 21-year-old son Brogan took his own life. She did not hesitate when I asked her if 988 had existed back then. Could Brogan still be alive today?
Yes, without a doubt. The awareness is key because, I didn't talk about it. I didn't even know what to look for when Brogan was struggling.
Every day in Ohio, we of course have people who are in a crisis, families who are experiencing that crisis. 988 provides a place to turn.
Ohio's Governor DeWine at a press conference announcing results after analyzing the state's first year running its 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Like 911, the federal government created 988 for people to call who are in mental health crises. And then the feds mandated that states create infrastructure to take the incoming calls locally.
Today, nearly 90% of the calls from Ohioans are being answered in-state, which marks a 33% increase from early in 2022 before our call center network was expanded. Our centers are also answering calls very quickly. Ohio has a 19-second speed to answer rate. That compares to the national average of 35 seconds.
The state's 988 administrator says 12,000 calls a month are getting answered by people like Rick Bauman, who lost his own son to suicide.
What we do on that line is we sell hope. We're hope salesmen, is what we are, basically, because they don't see any.
I think things won't change until people are talking about it.
We spoke in 2019 with Betsy Dully. She pleaded with people to speak openly about suicide after it took two of her high school friends a few days prior, 5 years after losing her own brother Brogan. Now, she says, help seems more accessible, whether it's through 988 or among her friends.
Just listen to what they're telling you, listen to what they're saying, and you don't always have to offer feedback. Just being there, knowing that you're listening goes a long way.
Beth Dolly, that's Betsy's mom. She now works for a nonprofit called 1 in 5, representing the 1 in 5 people who suffer in this country from mental illness. We have a link to 1 in 5's app. It's attached to this story on local12.com. It's a great resource for people who are in need of some mental health attention or know someone who is. Kyle?
Yeah, David, a great resource indeed. So the governor also announced today that after the first year of Ohio's 988 system being funded by federal money, that the state's new budget includes $46 million over the next 2 years to fund our 988 program. Programs, I should say. It plans to roll out a statewide 988 public awareness campaign by the end of the year. Hey there, thanks so much for visiting the Local 12 YouTube channel. Click the links, hit subscribe to get notified anytime we post content to this channel.